Good morning. It is, or hello, I should say, because some of you it's not morning. How are you? It is Saturday where I am in the beginning of April, and I thought I would come on here before it's almost late. I need my breakfast. I've woken late. I had woke early and then went back to sleep, so I've had a bit of a sleep in. And I thought I would start by coming on here while I finish my square from yesterday so that it doesn't get left another day. And I've got so many things to show you because it's a new month in the clubhouse, so we're on the theme of texture. I've got washcloth coming out and new granny square inspiration, so I thought I would sort of introduce you to them all so you can see what to expect in the next month. Sorry, this yarn's getting caught up in places. And this is my square a day. So this is my current one, which all this yarn I had, it's paint box acrylic DK. I have bought, because I was designed ages ago, a Tetris blanket for my eldest son. We played the game of Tetris and froze the screen or took screenshots, and from that designed a blanket. So it's all these bright primary colours that I don't really work with very often, and because I didn't know how many I needed, I bought more than I needed, and it's been sitting there for ages. So I've started this blanket to try and move it on, because there's a lot of black as well, which is the worst colour to work with if you don't have good light, which it's my morning project where I have good light. Where did I put the blanket? So I'm doing my best to use up this yarn, though I suspect it's going to end up being quite a sizable blanket. So I'll just let me finish this granny stitch. So I'm making it with an 8 round granny square because I wanted bigger squares, so I didn't have to make as many. And if you're watching my stories regularly, you will have seen it, but this is what I'm doing. I'm just joining as I go. Now, I've also got lots of different shades of green because I had bought a pack of green in this acrylic as well. And I honestly, like, at least it's a good acrylic. Like, I'm happy with it, but I do prefer my cottons. And so I've got all these greens left over as well. So I'm trying to incorporate all the greens, and it's got red and purple, blue, orange. I don't have a lot of yellow, so I'm trying to not use that too often. But yes, I'm joining in black, and then my intent is to have enough of each colour left that I can do a border in moss stitch, or even I could do a granny stitch border depending how big it gets in the end. But I think moss stitch border with all the colours alternating with black, because honestly I've still got lots of black, so I don't think I'm going to end up using all the black. Look at all the dog hair. So that's that one that I'm working on. And I am quite enjoying it, though it does, because it's 8 rounds, it's almost like making 2 squares because the bigger rounds are so big. So I'm kind of struggling with the time some mornings because it is a little bit, even though it's an easy square, it is one that's a little bit more time consuming. So like yesterday with lots of distractions, messages and things coming through because my daughter's in Brisbane at the moment, then and then my brain's going all over the place. So, yeah, so it's been a big month for me. I've still got a big month ahead. I went to my doctor for a couple of things near the start of the month and was sent for a skin check and discovered that I actually have a melanoma. So I've had, hopefully most of it's removed with the biopsy, but I've got to see a plastic surgeon on Tuesday to talk about taking a bigger incision of where it was. So I'm looking forward to that. And also I'm extremely iron deficient, even though that surprised me because I didn't feel that bad. I do lose my breath a bit. So now we're going into investigation of that because all my ferritin levels are very low, which I'm sure is a common problem for many of you that might end up listening to this. But anyway, we welcomed new members in at the middle to end of February. So as part of that in the clubhouse, in the past we've done a bingo card, which is kind of, they've got things to do, and for every line of bingo they get an entry into a prize draw. But this time we went with a scavenger hunt, which I thought was a lot more fun, and I think they've enjoyed it a lot more too. So there was different been sending them across the website where the members only portal is, into the Facebook group that we've got for members, and Instagram, and Balame Yarns, which is where we I have a gift card for there that's one every month as well. So I'll just show you some of the prizes because I've got to pack them up this weekend, which I should be able to do because part of my order from Officeworks has arrived. So let me stop and show you that. So the first part of the prize that we had is this book. So I found this, I was looking for something else and I found this on Amazon. So it's got all these 3D granny squares in it, and since a lot of them joined after my Square a Day challenge, I thought it was quite a apt thing. So we've had 3 prizes. All the prizes are the same. And I bought myself one of these and bought, I like that one. And this one. Look how pretty they are. So I can see this being, lots of rainbow ones, being well used to make all sorts of things. I look forward to seeing what they create there. And then from Balame, I've bought 3 different packs of this Soft Fun Shippies pack. So this one's pastel. I really wanted the pastel as well for myself, but there's only one left. So next time I shop, I might look. And then there's this one, which is rich with lots of colours. And then they get this. So I haven't decided how, because these are the only bit that's really different. So that's all different shades of blue and grey. So I might ask Siri to pick a number from 1 to 3 and then maybe flip a coin for the next one and do it that way. We shall see. But this is a fun yarn. I haven't used this yarn often, but it is a nice little yarn to play with. And then the third part of the prize, which you can see, is from Ruby Ella's. So this, one of our members, Gary, recommended this as part of the prize because I didn't know when we started what we were going to get. But each one is your hook size. So how cool is that? So you don't forget what hook you were using. You can put your stitch markers on. So I bought 3 sets with 5 of the ones that are most commonly used in the clubhouse. So yeah, so that's caught up in the middle there. Get that out of that. So how cool. They're really nice, solid little beads and a good hook. So yeah, so that's also part of the prize for our 3 members. So who do we have? Wendy, Karen and Kerry have won those. And they're all excited. Wendy has been, and Kerry have been with us for a while, and Karen was newer, so yay. And what else? Oh, let me show you our projects that we've got for this month. So this month we're working in the theme of, texture. I keep going to say round because what I made was round. So this is project 2. Let me show you project 1. I'm actually using project 1 for my coffee, which is a good segue to I'm going to have some. Use me. So we've got one in plain. So these 2 are made with worsted weight. So these are kind of a stash buster. So if you've got washcloths, these are great for using up the leftover washcloth yarn. You can actually use these in the sink too, actually, the size of them. So these ones you can see, that's my hand on there. They're quite a big size. But you can also make it with a DK and make it more of a scrubby or a smaller coaster. So I suggested they could use fruit colours. So you've got lime and lemon. You could do orange, do strawberry, watermelon, kiwi fruit, apple, all sorts of fun things there. So excited for that. And then so the texture, so we're using for this front post double crochet or front post treble, plus the mix there of front and back post. And then the last round we've got some front and back post single crochet. So get them smaller because I know how difficult these stitches can be to get your head around where you're putting your hook with each one. And then from that, so if they're comfortable making that, then they can give the hat a go. So it's a really cute little hat. If you look at my post from yesterday, you can see it on my head. But it's got the ribbing. So I thought that way they've got that skill then for adding to anything they want to make. So adding that learning skill there. But I've also given instructions, so if they want to make it more into a slouchy, they can just keep increasing. They can make it into a bigger band if they want to. So with all my projects, I like to give other suggestions so they can put their own twist on it. If it's not quite to their liking, I'd like them to be able to get something out of it still. So yeah, lots of fun there. Let me add some more stitches. So coming up this month, always on the blog, we're going to have some granny square inspiration, and I'll show you that project in a sec, and washcloth. So the washcloth matches the theme of the clubhouse as well, so all the members get a copy, but it is available for purchase in my store, whereas the other patterns aren't available. So the granny square inspiration, because that will come out on the blog this week. Now I've done it with, or made it, use right English, with a clubhouse square, and it was all these little mini yarns that I found a pack of. So I've also set myself this task this year of using up at least one hand-dyed yarn a month. So this one was a little mini pack of 5, so I'm counting that as 1 yarn. But I loved the colours. They're in my colour palette for my clothes from Style Liberation. So that's the square. Maybe it's easier to see in a more plain colour. That one looks more rectangle than square, but it's a solid and a cluster. So yes, lots of fun with this one, and the fringe on it with all the colours. So that'll be on my blog this week. And that was actually a sock yarn, so it's nice and fine. Now this is the washcloth for this month. Now I am going to put a post up because I'm going to need help naming it. I went to write it the other day and I'm like, I don't know what to call this one. The name just is not coming to me, but it's such a pretty little pattern. So if anyone's got some ideas, I would love to know what we're going to call it, because I need to know. But yeah, so that one is the one that's coming out on the blog this week as well. Or not this week, this month. Get my words correct. So, and then, yeah, so I'm working on clubhouse projects, and also this shawl actually that I'm making. I'm not too far from finishing it. So this, I'm using this Lola, so I don't have too much left. It's a lovely dark brown, coffee browns. It started off with grey, and then it's worked its way out into the browns. So this one is my winter green shawl, and I've been itching to make it because when I made this one, I had to actually give it, and I might have shown this last month on my Crochet and Chat because I just started it. So I really wanted to have it for myself, but I had to give it away or give it to the lady that I designed it for, because she wanted it to sell her yarn, so it was on a display at markets. So I've been itching to make it, and it has been a saviour for me this month, because some nights I just have not felt like doing too much. So I've worked on this shawl, and it has been an absolute pleasure to make. No, very limited counting. The only counting I've got is making sure I get the right number of rows before I do the solid one. But it's been fun to work with. So I suspect that one will get finished this month, because that was another task I've set myself, is to finish a Lola. I think I said every quarter, so I'm actually ahead on the Lolas, because I used one last month with Clubhouse Project, which actually, is it down here? Yes, it is. So last month's Clubhouse Project for Project 2, I did suggest, I left the edges plain for those that wanted to add their own spinnet. Hello, Yasmin. So I actually did, I'm going to have to finish that square after. So this was last month's Clubhouse Project, so it was all plain originally. Now for me, because this one worked across ways, so for me having the colours different on each side when you're wearing it does not work for my brain. So I actually added a border which matched what the rest of the stitch was, and some tassels. So at least when I wear it now, at least the bottom is all one colour, and my brain can cope with that a little bit better. But yeah, so this was last month's one, and that's what I added. I didn't actually end up showing the members either yet. But anyway, all fun and games. So yeah, so that was that one. All right, I think I've gone through. I don't think I've got anything else surrounding me here that I've got to work with. So if you check out my stories soon, this one will hopefully be up. But I'm going to sit outside and have my breakfast. I've got my nieces coming at some stage today, so and they'll be staying the night. My brother's going to a wedding. I know I love tassels. I was always anti-tassels and anti-fringe because it used the yarn up for things, but they are so worth it. Once you actually start and do it, they are so worth it. So I don't shy away from them now. I'm tempted to add a fringe to the shawl I'm currently making, but I don't know if I've got enough of that colour. I don't know if I'll have enough left. We'll see where it finishes on the repeats and I'll decide from that. But yeah. Anyway, so that's me over and done. It's nearly 12 o'clock, so I should go and have my breakfast. This happens when I sleep in too much on a Saturday, but I obviously needed the sleep. I'm trying to let my body heal and my mind settle on all the stuff that's going on it. They do finish a project. So, and with the beads, I love them with the beads. I don't know. I've got a whole pack of wooden beads that just help set it all off. Anyway, but look, I did actually finish this. I won't keep you here for all the black that I've got to add, but I will. I'm pretty sure it's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so the 8th row is the black, and I'm joining as I go, and then I'll pick the next colours for it. But anyway, so that's me over and done. I think I've kept you here long enough, and I'll be back. I think it's working monthly, so I'll probably just be back at the start of next month with more things to show and tell. All right, have a wonderful day, a wonderful weekend, and see you next time. Bye.